Okay, test. Looking good. So, what's the plan for today? Well, I said I wouldn't do any percent runs anymore, but I think my last run was, even though it's world record, was bad enough to where at the very least I can do 1 or 2 more tries. So that's what's gonna happen today. I'm gonna practice 1 or 2 skips and then basically simply start. Since depending on how good my 1-2 is today, I'm gonna give a couple of resets. But it's gonna be fine. Real quick and then I can go into trying. Okay, I just have to find my splits. That's yes, those should be correct ones. If they want to open. There we go. Only question now is I guess there's no need to really change my chapter 8, however I want to remove my best segment, so can I do it simply like that? Apparently I can't, okay. But that's not something I'm gonna worry about today. Do a normal run and then I can replace my best time with my current time if I get a full run today. Looks good. Okay, and let's see. I definitely want to practice 12 3 because I need to be, I guess comfortable is the wrong word, I just need to actually get I mean, the issue with 12-3 skip for me is kind of that I feel like I know the specific route, but it seems like I don't, so let's see about that. Let's actually down the volume of the game slightly, yeah. Okay. Am I? Yes, I'm on my New Game Plus save. Okay, good. So basically my goal is to get sub 220. That would be great already. Because then I can basically start doing New Game Plus runs again. Also, I'm not sure. I used to time this, and actually, when I timed it at least, the skip was the same amount of time as non-skip, but I think if I do it this way, it's actually gonna be slightly faster. Okay, let's see. So what I have to do is, I have to basically go to this specific area here. So, look at this. And then I go up here. And then yeah, just jump, and then dash. Should be it already. very important. I have to kind of get on top here. Yeah, because that's kind of my issue. I feel like I should know where the camera specifically changes, but it seems like I don't. So is there another easier way? That's the question that I kind of have. Question is, yeah, can I change the camera actually here? Because if I can, then it should be really, really easy. Let's say I'm here. Okay, this works. Yeah, so if I'm really worried, I can just do that actually. I think that's what I'm just going to do. Okay. Let's see. 13.1, I'm happy. 13.2, I'm happy. Basically, chapter 13, I'm happy outside, of course. 13.4, that's gonna be RNG anyways. Here there's one skip, but it's I don't think I need to practice it. I mean, I can just make sure I know the movement once I'm out of bounds, but no real necessity to really practice a lot. And outside of that, I mean, 12.2 like was really bad last round, but also I don't think practicing there is worth it, to be honest. I wanted to say, usually I'm already back in bounds at that point. That was at least slightly scary. Okay. See, actually this part is also glitchless, since you're not using the back. Hello. Thank you. I think I already practiced, like I tried doing it to get on top here, but yeah. No chance, sadly. Let's see. So yeah, this skip basically, I need to practice again. I mean, first I actually have to get the first backdash, I guess. So, let's see. I think I can also try is I can get both of these. Yeah, so that makes it much easier, however I have much less time to actually do it. That's something to take note of. Something I also want to try just in case. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but okay, I'm not waiting again for that. I knew this wouldn't really matter. But the question is also taking these two. Maybe it's gonna be slightly easier to do this part as well. Let's see. Yeah, maybe, because you're bigger, so you need... I had it where it basically took only the minimum amount of relics, and I basically couldn't do the skip because of it. So I think that's the better setup actually for the skip. Yeah. Let's get go over every chapter real quick, just so I can maybe remind myself what else I could be practicing. 9-3 skip, I think, is pretty, yeah, not easy, but it's pretty straightforward nowadays. I was thinking about practicing the 9-2 skip, but I think it takes a little bit too long time, and in theory I should be good enough to do this. H3, A2 also don't need anything. I can do this once more, but also here it's kind of doesn't matter how much I practice, it's just don't get soft locked basically. I think with that I'm basically done. I don't think practicing anything else is gonna be worth it, to be honest. I mean, I could have thought about practicing 2-4, however, I'm not gonna go for it. Currently, at least in glitched category. I'm still going for it, I guess, in glitchless, because there the glitch actually makes more sense to do. Also, I didn't like that the left guy didn't move at all. It made it slightly awkward. Okay, so... I don't think I'm gonna do this in an actual full game run. So like, let's say I'm roughly here. Yeah, it's basically just don't get soft locked, that's basically it. Okay, I'll do it 2 more times and then it's go time. So I'm just gonna continue doing this just because I like the safer version and what it's gonna lose me a few seconds, but I'm not at the point yet where that would matter. Yeah. Very nice. And last time. Actually, was there something in chapter 6? I don't think there was anything that I wanted to practice. Okay, but this is really bad. There we go. Oh, that was a bit close, but just out of curiosity, so no, what happened last time? Like, I got stuck. No, it wasn't even in here. Yeah, like this. No, it also wasn't like this. So, really interesting. So I'm trying to actually replicate it. I can't even replicate it. So I guess it has to be very specific, very precise. Okay. I mean, I could think about practicing 4-3, but I'm still just more comfortable using the backdash version of the skip, even if it is slower, but it's less precise, I would say. The thing with 3-4 is basically I have to make sure I get the tank skip. Yep. Quickly check if things good to go. Well, it looks like it, so a tiny bit away here. Is something black corner there? This thing? No, it's not, right? No. What's the black thing on my screen? Because I don't actually see anything black from here. Could it be this? So, no, that's also not it. Where's it my... Oh. Let me quickly see actually what that's supposed to be on camera. Is it the box or what? Might actually be something on my camera lens. Let's see. So it would be roughly. Oh, it's not. Okay. I don't see anything black here. There's something black in the background according to my camera. Whatever. Whatever. So, oh. Ah, I know what it is. The microphone. Okay, there we go. There we go. So confusing. Real quick. Test. Okay. Yeah, now we can start. Let's see how long it's going to take me today to get 1-2 skip, I guess. So my ultimate goal would basically be to get 215 in any percent. I don't think I'm gonna get it today or in the near future, but I think it's definitely possible, even with a non-perfect run. Maybe not sub 215, but 215 at the very least. Sad. The one big question, I guess, is how the run would kind of look like once we integrate 3-3 skip into it. Because I think there's going to be someone who is going to be crazy enough, I don't know, to reset for it. I mean, to be honest, if I could get it semi-consistently, actually, if I keep up my the rate at which I do 1-2, I could technically reset for it, because between 1-2 and 3-3 there isn't really any skip that is a reset factor. Or at least a real reset factor. Of course, you can reset on a couple of things if you play stupidly, but at least let's say it's, unless you play stupidly, you should never reset between 1-2, or rather 2-1 and 3-3. Unless you're literally going for seconds. Then yes, but outside of that, no. Close one, actually. I wouldn't. I nearly didn't get up there.
Knack, pick up those relics. As you can see,
The one thing I'm a little bit worried about here is basically 13-4 skip. So even if I get, let's say, 1 minute improvement on my last run, I can basically throw it all away just because I got 34 skip last time. Which, I mean, it's a curse and a blessing, because it's basically the only reason I got world record to begin with. But now it's of course that I need a minimum kind of time improvement to not have to worry about it, because I would say maybe like if I'm under 130 improvement, basically not getting 13-4 means no record.
once energized, he can release the power
Yeah, it was really bad. First I didn't get both crystals, which is kind of stupid, and then I messed up the jump by messing up my angle, basically. Set this. technically I also shouldn't be resetting there. Like, there is no reason for me to fail that.
What you see before you is my
But I was
ultimate
just...
creation.
I guess I didn't expect to get it that quickly. So I was a bit not too well prepared to instantly do the jump. That's why I also waited a tiny bit before I jumped. So it's also bad since I then can fall off of the crystal. So I shouldn't do that. So I should minimize actually resetting here, since most of my resets are gonna be in 1-2. Depending on if my setup wants me to be lucky today or not. Since when I first kind of figured out that setup, I think I got 1-2 skip nearly 15 times in a row. And then the next day, when I tried it again, I got it 0 times out of like 20. But then the day after, I got it 3 out of 4 times again, so... Uh-oh. Timing was a bit off, but luckily it didn't matter. And yes, you can technically skip this gate, but it's probably the hardest gate in the entire game to skip. At least this type of gate. So...
As you can see, Knack is capable of...
also don't want to reset here for no reason. And it basically doesn't really save time. Ah, that's so bad. Usually Knack hits him, but yeah, sometimes he doesn't want to attack enemies for whatever reason. Even if they're close enough to hit them. Usually because another enemy is close by. Okay, let's see.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones.
I got it technically there, but
Massive shock.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, usually when one of those enemies actually charges at you, you should dash attack, but it's a tiny bit slower, so technically it's not too bad to greed for an attack. Also, I'm not sure why the start screen suddenly freezes. Okay. Hey Bonnie, how's it going? Oh, really nice. Yeah, 13-4 skip, like, once you got the hang of it, that's actually relatively easy. You just have to be, let's say, a tiny bit lucky in a full game run. Now you have to try to grind the fast version of the 13-4 skip. I tried actually replicating that as well again, but I wasn't able to. Because funnily enough also, I think the IL setup for 13.4 we discovered before the current version of the 13.4 skip. Yeah, good luck.
Knack, pick up those
The only way maybe you can still improve on R13-4 IL is basically you can technically
explosive growth.
do the entire level without dying, but then you have to live with a really bad camera angle for the entire time. So yes, it's technically possible, but yeah, I mean, you basically have to, number one, be able to remember literally how to walk everywhere for the rest of the level, and also you have to take the camera into account for your movement. But yeah, I think that's a way you can actually improve on the time. But again, you would just do half the level blind, basically.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones.
Actually get this, please.
Once energized,
I would have gotten the first one as well.
Sunstones explosively as a
Okay,
massive
why do I suddenly get these so like... They shouldn't be this close.
Knack, use the
It seems like I don't have enough relics, but obviously I took all of the relics, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
using the sunstones.
At least I hope I did.
Knack can also use the power of the sunstones to transform himself into a storm of relics.
Okay, let's see. Concentration. Okay, nice. Usually I jump too far to the left, so I don't get the slow-mo cancel.
The sunstones. Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Oh my god, I didn't think I was already falling because the camera changed. It didn't change. Otherwise, if I knew I already fell, I could have positioned correctly. Oh, so sad. But I mean, it shows how reliable my new setup is, basically. That wasn't even like bad RNG, that was just I played bad, actually. Which is a good sign for a part of the skip that we think or thought is pure RNG. Okay, let's see. I'll also, in the coming days, probably make a video about my new 1-2 setup, because once you actually practice that setup, like, the skip is so easy. It's unbelievable how easy it is.
For you is my ultimate creation. Knack.
And before I'm jinxing myself, and it takes me like, what, 10 resets to get that skip again. Also, my controller is starting to maybe feel a little bit weird, so I should probably also buy a new controller just to be sure I have a replacement in case I have issues. And check if maybe currently can get a controller cheaper, because I actually want an official PS5 controller. Also there I thought I was would be fast enough to hit the lever. Turns out I wasn't. Should dry off my controller a tiny bit.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
But yeah, I think actually if I get... okay, nice that this guy doesn't move at all. I think if I get sub 220 in any percent, I'm gonna do... I'm gonna continue doing New Game Plus again. Also, I just got stuck on the slight elevation there, which was really unlucky. I misremembered that this goes up and not down. Getting stuck there and getting hit there. Yes, need to continue. I can't remember the last time I reset this much in 1-1. Unbelievable.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
But yeah, at the very least, I actually also think I can do can get maybe a better IL on 1-2. I have to watch the video again just to confirm, but I'm actually able, if I don't need to get it super reliably, I can actually do the skip extremely fast. Okay, remember, thank you. Not sure why I waited this long just now. But yeah. Oh, that was really close actually. I messed up my timing there completely.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
Oh, that was, I wanted to say he's really, really far. Luckily, it still worked out. Okay, come on, I don't want to reset in this level anymore. It's one more skip and I'm good to go.
Power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized,
Okay. Happens. At least this time wasn't my fault. I now reset probably like 5 times as much as I did last time for 1-2 skip, so it's pretty sad.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
Or I could have just stuck to my gut and done the 1-2 skip first try. The run beforehand would have saved me a lot of time resetting here. Okay, guess I dashed a little bit too late there. Oh, bad. Okay. Messed up the animation cancel on my attack. So.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
Please don't. Okay, at least the correct one is dashing towards me.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones explosively.
Okay, nice.
As a massive shock bolt. Knack, use the... Knack, power up again using the sunstones.
I also feel like this gate is super awkward to
Knack can also use
skip
the power of
as well.
sunstones to transform himself into a storm of relics.
Seems like there is no clear visual indicator where I need to dash. Okay, let's see.
Using the power of the sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Yep, there we go. So basically my new setup is extremely reliable, let's call it like this. Yes, I'm human, it's just a really good setup.
caves are full of dangerous creatures.
Okay, do I want... So I always talk about how I don't want to use energy with the specific arena fight, so I'm not gonna use energy there today. See what happens. Now watch me mess up 2-1 skip. Also this way it's easier to jump into the cutscene, however you also have a higher chance of getting hit by the bird. Okay, so I need to go to this guy, I need to go close to this guy. I forgot that I need to first also walk to the other guy before he explodes. I thought he always, or at least for a second I thought he explodes after a certain time. I really didn't like this setup, but it still worked out, luckily. Come on, no! Yeah, okay. I'm resetting this. Should have done a long jump. I don't think I did a long jump there. That was my issue. What happens to the best of us? Oops, nope, I'm not on a computer. I don't know why I thought my spacebar would work. I want to reset, I don't want to split. What time is it even? It's 21:11, okay. I really have to get a little bit more consistent with 1-1 again. Can't be that I have to reset this much on it.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
By the way, okay, so I'm now on 133 resets as well. Obviously, should be a bit more because over the years I basically, didn't save a lot of resets, but
contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones explosively.
So in my opinion, the first one should have already worked, so I'm not really sure why it didn't work. At least the movement looked good.
Knack, use the... Knack, power up again using the sunstones. Knack can also use the power of the sunstones to transform himself into a storm of relics.
Didn't get the long attack, sadly. I might be a bit too far. Okay, it's not nice.
Using the power of the sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Okay. Let me... it's not worth to try again. The camera should have changed much earlier. I think I fell down too early there. What's the issue? Okay.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack. As
Ooh, okay, I know. No, that's not a good sign.
what you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
Okay. My opinion, that shouldn't have hit me. Okay, that also shouldn't have hit me. What the hell's going on? Stop.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
Nice.
Knack, pick up those relics. As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
I also should look at my New Game Plus record and check what skips I actually got and which I didn't. Because at least I think my run was really good on New Game Plus, but then I saw that basically it's like, what, not even 2 minutes, I think? Less than my any percent time, and I don't think that can be. So I must have missed something in that run. But I definitely can still probably get around 3 minutes out of my New Game Plus time. Minimum.
Once energized, he can release the power of the Sunstones explosively as a massive shock.
Yeah, I don't think I was close enough to the crystal at the beginning, otherwise it would have worked.
Knack, you... Knack, power up again using the Sunstones. Knack can also use the power of the Sunstones to transform himself into a...
Again, no long attack. Okay, let's see. Might be too far. Okay, no, not too far. Nice.
Using the power of the Sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
I agree. I agree. For some reason, I just double jumped there for no reason. It sucks. That sucks to reset on the parts of the skip that aren't even hard for RNG.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
I guess I'm gonna reset until 21:30 and then I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna work on guides or something like that. I don't really want to stream until midnight today. I mean, to be fair, even if I get it now, I'm basically gonna stream until midnight, so... Is it? Yeah, so it would be 7 minutes basically, but I can just do like 3 or 4 more resets and I'm good for today. Which it's kind of sad that I just got so bad at 1-1 that I have to reset here so many times.
absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones
Nice.
explosively.
Thought I would be too far for that, but it still worked out. But didn't get the animation cancel there.
Knack, power up again using the sunstones. Knack can also use the power of the sunstones to transform himself into a storm of relics.
I didn't think I actually got it. Okay, so concentrate.
Using the power of the sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Okay, I'm not sure where I landed there just now. Because the problem is I'm just gonna try again. I mean, I'm gonna reset this 100% as well, but I just want to see again, because the issue here was that my movement was really bad, or not bad, it was just weird after I changed the camera. What's normal? Okay. Cool. Okay, 2 more, and then I guess done for today. At least streaming wise.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
Kinda sad that I messed up the 2-1 for no reason there an earlier run. Otherwise could have nicely used that one. This was also a little bit too close, could have actually been hit by that. But yeah, I feel like some micro movements are really weird on my controller. So definitely need a new one. Just in case. Nice. Also that jump was a little early, so good that I didn't get hit.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
not to reset on this crystal, please. Would be nice.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones explosively. As a
I thought it was a really bad jump there as well. Luckily it didn't matter.
Knack, use Knack, power up again using the sunstones. Knack can also use the power of the sunstones to transform himself into a store of relics.
Also getting stuck there isn't ideal. Doesn't really matter. I had to take a really bad setup on the first backdash because the enemy was worried about getting hit. Please let me get this.
Using the power of the sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Oh my god, I got it again. And I didn't think I got it. Oh, it's always so bad when you don't get any like late feedback on the jump and the camera change also doesn't register. Ugh, it's always so bad. Okay. So last one now. I'll do 140, so I'll do 2 more. Yeah, that's I also my angle was far too hard actually on that last dash. I have to kind of go easy on the dashes again. Okay.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
Okay, perfect again. Also a little bit early jump again, but I luckily landed on this guy's head. I didn't actually jump into the blades.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
Could have been worse. At least this time I hit him.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones explosively.
Okay, already good. I just need to get 1-2. I'm happy.
Knack, Knack, power up again using the sunstones. Knack can also use the power of the sunstones to transform himself into a storm of relics.
Oh my god. I would have been such a good time if he didn't charge on me. I can't remember the last time that actually happened.
Using the power of the sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Really bad both backdashes. Yeah, I didn't like anything about that skip just now. The backdashes were bad, the jump was bad, and then I think I just again didn't fall down late enough. Ugh. But to be fair, I only fell down earlier because I wasn't sure about my positioning because the jump was so bad. Okay, last reset for tonight. Oh yeah, I should have never died on that run in chapter 2-1. That was just unbelievably bad. I kind of paid a price now for ruining that run. Decent skip. Could have been better, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I don't lose any time here anyways. Just for personal satisfaction.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
Thought I already double jumped there. I can also feel getting tired, so if I don't get it now, there's I guess no reason to continue for tonight. Let's see. Even if my 1-1 is bad, now I'm still going to do 1-2, just to see. If I get it, I'm not gonna reset. Unless it's over 30 seconds, but that must be really, really bad. 1-1 if I get minus 30 seconds.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones explosively.
You're basically not possible anymore after that to mess up 1-1. Or at least mess it up badly.
Knack, use this. Knack, power up again using the sunstones. Knack can also use the power of the sunstones to transform himself into
Dash a little bit early there. Yep, 3:35, really good.
Using the power of the sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Ah, unlucky. Okay. Then I guess that's it from me tonight. Short stream today, I guess. But yeah, what can you do? So basically now I'm going to take a roughly 2-week break. At least from streaming and doing full game runs. Or at least doing full game runs. Probably also streaming, but mainly full game runs. And I will probably write some guides as well, because I think we really need is a very like surface level guide for the game, because we don't have anything. Yeah, that's basically what I want to do for the next 2 weeks. So Bonnie, thank you very much for joining. Also everyone else for joining. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day.